Sharon Kaufman, welcome to the
Yes,
Zero to Travel podcast, my friend. How you doing?
I am great. How are you?
Excited to learn about a city that I've been wanting to visit for a long time, which isn't that far from me. I live in Norway, Ljubljana, Slovenia. We're going to talk about today, which is where you're a local licensed guide. And it seems like you just kind of started this up pretty recently, transitioning out of coaching. Do you want to talk about your journey? Like, how did you end up in Slovenia, and why are you so excited about being there that you're actually starting to take people around and show them the city? Because where did you grow up?
I grew up in Israel, except
Okay.
a few years I actually lived in Canada.
Lived in Canada. Okay. So what brought you to Slovenia, and why did you stick around to the point of, I love this place so much, I'm actually going to build a life around it?
Wow, it's a funny story. I love the story. So basically, I came here 2 years ago, but that was kind of a coincidence to actually stay to live here.
Yeah.
I'm a mother of two. I have two young girls, 4 and 5.5 year old. And
Wow.
me, my husband, and the girls, of course, we decided to take 1 week's vacation. Nothing serious. I actually never heard about this place too much before. And well, we've been thinking quite a while to live another place, but we didn't know where. And it's quite a project to know where you're going to live for the rest of your life, as you probably know,
Yeah.
or for the near future at least. So, as I said, we just came for 1 week's vacation, nothing serious, and one suitcase. And after we came here, there was a war going on in Israel. We still lived in Israel, and our flight back was postponed in about 3 weeks or so. So we said, okay, might as well. I believe in the universe, and we said, okay, might as well take advantage of this time. Let's look at this place from another perspective, maybe of potential people who might actually live here. Let's see, yeah. And we started looking at kindergartens and the work-life balance and the nature and the fact that actually most people speak very good English, which is a bonus point because Slovenian is a very hard language.
Mhm.
So a lot of things headed up, and something in our intuition said, "Oh my God, this feels so right, crazy, but right."
Hmm.
And we kind of fell in love, and we actually decided to start our lives here with one suitcase.
Wow. Okay. With one suitcase. I mean, I'm imagining you went back home at some point and
I
got some
haven't.
things.
I
You
haven't.
haven't?
I have not. I've done
Really?
it. Yes, I told you that was crazy. I know.
When
I'm
was
actually not.
this?
Just 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Yes, I
right.
know it's a crazy
So
story.
you
Crazy
showed
and
up.
brave.
No, it's great. I mean, you showed up with one suitcase. You got the family there. You're on a family vacation. Cut to 2 years later, and you're still there, and your lives are there, and you're building a business. And you just like,
Absolutely.
what did you do with the rest of your stuff? Did you just call in some favors and say, "Hey, can you guys take care of this? We're not coming back." I mean, what did your friends
Something
and
like that.
family think?
Okay, so my family, my parents were very mad. I mean, I just left for 1 week's vacation. I had a conversation with them and I said, "Hey guys, listen, we're not coming back." And they said, "What? Are you drunk or you're in trouble? What's happening?"
And you're
you
like,
know?
"Yes, well, I'm a little drunk, but that's
I'm
besides
a
the
little
point."
exactly. And yeah, but I mean, once they understood that this was the right thing for us and our family to do, they were very happy for us. And today they're just looking for excuses, other than, of course, visiting us, to come back and see more of Slovenia. And of course, Ljubljana is absolutely stunning. And by the way, this is one of the reasons why I decided to become a tour guide, to help others fall in love with this place too.
Yeah.
Because there's so much to see, so much to explore, and it's just a fantastic place to live in. Looking back, I think it was a really good decision. Actually, I just found out later on that Slovenia is one of the best countries to raise a family in, and also Ljubljana is one of the safest cities in the world.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
not too bad.
Yeah. Well, we're going to talk about it today. I know you have a list. It's interesting. I mean, I've had many guests over the years, and everybody takes a different approach. Just going back to your story of the one suitcase decision, let's call it. You're just like, well, here we are. We have this. How much really do we need? We're just going to move to this country. And you're able to do it logistically in terms of passports and visas and things like that. I'm speaking to the listeners now. Like, this is another question, but I'm just bringing this up because your story is a reminder that there are many different approaches to moving abroad, and sort of the the let's call it the shotgun last minute decision approach isn't for
Right.
everybody. But, so I've talked to many people that, it was like a multi-year plan. And some people it was just, maybe they planned for 6 months to a year. And then I've talked to other people that just basically were like, well, screw it. We're just doing this right now, almost on a whim in some ways, even though it was a bit circumstantial for you with the delayed flight. But I mean, you guys could have got home eventually, So I'm just bringing this up, giving listeners food for thought if they're considering a life abroad. There are many, many ways to do it. And sometimes just going for it is a thing too.
Absolutely.
I'm not saying, you know yourself, you have to decide what's right for you. But, in some ways that approach kind of forces you to just make decisions fast, I'm sure, right? You're like, okay, well, we're here. Now we have to find a kindergarten for the kids. We have to, do all these things. We have to sort out the visas. I mean, you're just kind of forced to do it. I think that every traveler, it's a common fantasy for travelers, right? To be somewhere and to be like, I could imagine living here. I wonder what it would be like to live here. Very common. Not common to actually say, all right, we're actually going to do this right now and we're not going home. But the last thing I'll say about it, and then I want to get into some of the recommendations here. The idea that you talked to so many local people about the lifestyle as it related to where you are in life and your current stage in life, right? Like you happen to have kids, so you're talking to a lot of the parents. What's it like raising kids here, work-life balance, and so on. Somebody who's younger, who maybe doesn't have kids, they might have different questions, but same kind of idea. And even if you don't end up doing it, what a great way to connect with the local people. I mean, you don't have to do it falsely, but just like if you're seriously considering a place, what a great way to connect with people. People, I find they love to share about their culture in that way, not just like the sort of the travel guide version, but like, hey, what's the daily life here?
Absolutely. And I will just add to that before we continue on. The main key, my best advice to all travelers who are going abroad that might be considering, if I may say, don't overthink too much. I mean, this is good to plan. Don't get me wrong. What we did is actually extreme, but question and ask the locals, talk to them, see if you relate. And the most important thing is to be connected to what you feel. Don't ignore your intuition. If there is something there, don't ignore it. It means something. So just connect yourself and maybe stay just a bit longer, see how things work, how the daily life is there, and then move on from there. And sometimes that takes you to a whole new level in life. There are a lot of good surprises in life.
You went to college, International College of Coaching and Management, and then you were certified life coach. And you've been doing, looks like, a lot of different relationship coaching, life coaching, and so on for almost 7 years. I mean, obviously, all of these conversations and your own personal frameworks, I'm sure, played into this decision and into your decision to start your business in another country, and which we're going to talk about in a minute. I have some questions around that. But from your coaching days, because I was getting a little bit of the coaching there, right? Like, tuning in and all that. And, part of that is sometimes it's hard to follow your own advice, right? Like sometimes it's much easier when you're talking to somebody else and you get a bigger picture without the emotional attachment of their life, and you can see a clear path. You just kind of have to help them see it themselves, because we're blind sometimes in our own path, but we can clearly sometimes see others. What are some of your personal values, personal frameworks that you learned through your coaching that have helped you in what you're doing right now?
So I would like to answer exactly about what you just asked me. So meaning that the fact that you're absolutely right, there is some kind of an obstacle when it comes to us. A lot of the times we don't have to actually sometimes be a life coach. I think on some level, we all have that side in us that a friend asks us for an advice or something, and we think about it and we tell them a very good advice. And we say, oh my God, how come we cannot do that with ourselves? And one of the things that are possible to do, I mean, it takes some training, but of course you can do that and try on your own, is to say, okay, you have a situation you have to make a decision about now, and you're not quite sure. Let's just pretend you are a friend. So if you would have that advice for your friend that needed the same thing, what would you tell them? So just pretend you are not yourself for a minute. You are a friend. what would you tell them? What's the advice? And that it attaches, disattaches you for just a minute, from that, oh, it's me. I can't help myself, to myself, but you
Mm-hmm.
actually can. It's just all psychological.
Yeah. Right. Um, yeah, it helps to have that sort of like, yeah, if you can take yourself outside of yourself,
Exactly.
if that
It
makes
takes
sense.
training, but it's absolutely possible.
Hmm. The tourism business you started here, which we're talking about, which is why we're getting these recommendations from you, because you've been going bananas trying to discover all the different places around Ljubljana. MyLjubljanaTour.com is the website, which we'll link up to, and I think you have some free walking tours there. And this is a model, I've talked to some other people that have free walking tour companies around Europe and different places, even outside of Europe. And yeah, it seems like this is I don't know if this existed before you started it. I know you offer paid tours as well, so we'll link up to everything. People can check it out. But the free walking tour model is kind of interesting because people can just go for free and then sort of like a tip your guide situation, right?
Exactly.
And a way to kind of get to know how you guys start. Like, how did you? At what point did you decide? Because you guys decided to move there. You're moving your life there. You're doing all these things, trying to figure it out. You got to find a place to live. You got to get the kids in school and whatnot. At what point did you say, okay, I'm actually going to transition to another business that's going to be based here? Because you could have just probably kept doing the coaching thing online, right? Why did you decide, like, at what point did you decide to start this business? Why did you decide it? And how did you go about doing it in the beginning? I'm just curious. It's always like it's kind of a wild, go to another country. I mean, I've done it. I've come to another country, start a business. It's not that easy, but it's possible. I want to hear that about that part of your journey.
Sure. So, as you said, we had a lot of projects going, a lot of challenges, I would say, when
Yeah.
we just came here, because as we said, it was by chance. It was a kind of thing that just rolled. It wasn't planned ahead.
Right.
So we had to be very efficient and think. So one project at a time, one challenge at a time, kindergarten, then what are we going to do, and language, and so on and so on. So it's not boring here, let's just say. It keeps getting fun, more fun and more fun. But about your question, I was actually doing, as you said, coaching, and I did it remotely. But as what I do, I try to do this each day, and that's what I teach my girls as well. Wake up every day and ask yourself, are you happy? Are you truly happy with what you're doing? And is there something missing? And what is it if it's missing? Because we have to really connect to ourselves and decide what we can change if needed. And I questioned myself. And of course, the thing about it, that any kind of job that I've done in the past, there was a common denominator. I love helping people, and I really love to advise. I love to guide. I love to be there for them, and this is something that I wanted to keep. But I felt the right job for me would not be sitting in an office in front of the computer for a very long time. I miss that human connection and actually being outside and meeting people. That would be ideal for me. And I had something going on here, actually in Ljubljana. Once every 2 years, they have a course going on for licensed tour guides in the city. And when I heard this, I was like, oh my God, this might be it. I have guided before. I've done it not officially, but everywhere I've done it, even in the Scouts, when I was many years in the Scouts, I felt like I was in the right place when I was actually guiding and presenting stuff. And it felt really, really something that I felt like I can do, and I might be good at it. And I love Ljubljana, so I mean, that was like a great thing for me to have.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I jumped on the opportunity, and I've done this few months course to get the license. So I've learned much about Slovenia and of course Ljubljana in that course. And it gave me a whole perspective. And once I finished it, I started doing the free tours that you just talked about, and I have some other ones as well. But it's been going, I mean, slow, as we said, one thing at a time. I opened up my own company, which was always my dream, to work for myself and to create something that I really believe in. And that's what I did. And it started slow. I had 2, 3 people in the beginning. I was working hard, getting reviews, getting my reputation, everything. And then slowly it expanded. I mean, we've just, as you said, just started recently, and it's been going fantastic. We offer it now in a few languages. I have a team of guides already, and doing different kind of tours, also free tours, of course. As you said, this is my favorite one. It runs daily. And what's good about it, that it gives the opportunity to many people that can't afford a paid tour to come and tip as much as they can. And that opens up the doors for students and for people who travel on a low budget or anything like that. So that's really because they deserve to see the city. And
Yeah.
I love, as I say, I don't actually call my tour so much tours, more experiences.
Yeah.
Because I don't believe that it's just about seeing the sights of the city. It's also about feeling the stories behind them. And, if you would be on my tour, or any of the listeners, that what I really hope will come to visit me on one of the tours, they will feel the city. They will not just see it. And that's a big difference. They will have stories to take home with them long after the trip was over. And that's the goal for me.
Okay. Well, maybe some of you listening are in Slovenia right now, but those of you that aren't, we're going to go on a little tour right now. You're going to take us around to some spots. You know, I guess to give us some context, you talked a bit about the culture there as it relates to family and work-life balance and everything like that. Excuse me. Are there other pieces you want to kind of add before we dive in and kind of go around the city a bit with you and hear about some of the things people can see in terms of Slovenian culture? I imagine, like, going through the guiding thing and then moving there and talking to so many people, you guys kind of got an accelerated version of learning about the culture, that instead of just it was very rather than sort of a passive, let me take it in and kind of soak in what this culture is, which there is. You have to marinate in the culture for a little while, Sharon, to like have it, get into you a bit, but you can learn about it. And when you dive in like you have and starting a company, I imagine you're just kind of, you're taking it in really quickly. So, I guess talk a bit about the culture and then get us going on this list.
Absolutely. So as you said, I'm soaking up everything very, very quickly because I'm on fast forward kind of thing, which is great. I mean, on some level, this is fantastic. Because I'm doing a local business, I get to meet many people, many locals, and I hear different stories. That's a really good thing to get to know the culture so much. I can tell you, I think also the listeners, if they will be traveling to Ljubljana and Slovenia, of course, they will get to know Slovenians. Slovenians are very nice people. They're a bit reserved at first. They might be a bit more closed, but once they open up to you, they are the most sincere and really nice people that you would meet. They would love to help you in anything you need. And as I also told you just a bit before, and I think it's a big bonus point that a lot of people here speak very good English. So you don't have usually, especially in Ljubljana, because this is an international city, but also in some places in Slovenia, because actually Slovenia is one of the, I would probably say, ranked one of the highest countries in proficiencies in foreign languages in Europe.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes. About 25% or so of Slovenians are proficient in 5 or more different languages, which is shocking and amazing at the same time.
Yeah.
So I think people can really enjoy everything here. And the nature, the city, the history, the stories. It's a great combination of everything.
Awesome. I will mention, because as you were kind of going through the culture, I was thinking about people that may not want to move there, but may want to spend some time there. It looks like there's going to be an official Slovenia digital nomad visa, allowing remote workers and their family members to live in the country for up to 12 months. I'm going to send this out in the newsletter I'm writing today, which, people can get that. It's free. It'll already have gone out, but I'm mentioning it on the show just because maybe by the end of this, if people are ready to take action on this specific country for a visit or a longer term stay, there you go. That's a pretty cool thing. I mean, these are becoming more and more popular, so that's pretty cool to hear. All right, so tell us what can we see? I mean, where are we going first? You got a list of 7 little hidden gems for us?
Of course I do.
Okay.
That was my challenge to actually choose only 7, but I guess you'll have to come on my tour to hear more. But I promise I
Yes.
made you a very good list with each one has another background story to it that I can tell if you share if you like, of course. But let's start with my first one. I think this would be a bit of surprise, and that's why I wanted to start with this one first. This one is not a monument and it's not a building or anything like this. This is actually a public sharing system for bicycles. It's
Yeah.
called Bicycle. Bicycle is, as I said, a public sharing system for bicycles, and we have them all over the city center. You're probably going to find more than 60 stations of these bicycles. There are silver ones, and you can see many of the residents actually use it. Also, of course, some tourists as well. It's like silver bikes, and you can grab them from pretty much everywhere. You'll see grandmas the bicycles and people with suits and ladies with heels and students. Everyone, a lot of people use it. And what I like about those is, of course, it adds up to the sustainability of the city, because I don't know if you know, Jason, but Ljubljana is actually one of the friendliest cities for bicycles in Europe.
Hmm.
Because we have about 300 kilometers of lanes designated especially for that.
Nice.
But the surprise is yet to come. What I haven't said yet, would you want to guess? Let's just say that you'll have a subscription for 1 week to take unlimited rides of the bicycles.
Yeah.
You know how much that would cost you? You want to guess?
Well, I'm guessing it's subsidized and it's affordable, which sounds great. I don't know. Maybe. Did you say a week?
Yeah.
Maybe 35, 50 to 50 US dollars, something like that.
Okay. Well, I'll talk to you in euros. Actually, I don't know how much the dollar is
Okay.
now. But actually, €1.
Really? Wow. Okay.
€1.
Nice. Nice.
Unlimited rides of the bicycles for 1 week for up to 1 hour each ride. And if you want to do more than an hour straight, you will pay another additional euro for each hour, which is nothing. It's practically for
That's
free.
great. They really just
Now,
want people to
yeah,
get around on bikes, basically.
absolutely. And
Yeah.
technically, if let's just say you would stay here for 1 year, that subscription would cost you €3 only.
Wow.
Shocking,
Wow.
right?
Like you can subscribe for a year for €3 or €1 for a week, basically, if you're a
Exactly.
visitor or something.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
It is. And you can see so much more of the city. When you cycle around, you see so many hidden corners. You can explore more. And this is so affordable. It's practically for free. So, you can take advantage of it. And the city, by the way, is one of the greenest capitals of Europe. So it's really, it would be amazing to see. It actually won the title of being the greenest capital of Europe in 2016.
Yep.
But not just because it has so much nature in it, because it does. For a capital, it's quite rare, but also because we do many things to support sustainability, especially for the last 20 years. It's done a major shift in the green parts and the sustainability of the city. The city center itself, since 2007, has been pedestrianized. So you can cycle through, which is great. And you also have electrical cars that don't appear. This is another bonus for a hidden gem. It's called Cavalier. It's electrical cars that they go around the pedestrianized zone in the city center, and they take people for free if they like.
Okay. Wow.
Which is
nice.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Love it. Oh, that's so great. Yeah. And it's great, as a traveler to be on a bike and you get to some nooks and crannies that anytime you're walking or biking or something like that, and you just wander off the main things, you can always find some nice little spots that way.
Absolutely. That's what I like the best.
Yeah. You can get out also into the sort of residential areas and kind of soak up the vibe of what the daily life is there. It's cool.
Yep.
All right. Amazing. And if people want to sign up for that when they come, they can just pretty self-explanatory, some QR code situation or something.
Yeah, so I can, if you like, I can send you a list later on so you can share with your listeners.
That'd be great.
But it's called Bitikel. So technically, if you will actually go to the App Store or Apple Store, you can just look for that app, and it's super easy to use. You get the place to put your euro or whatever subscription you decide to make, and you have the map with everything, all the stations all over the city center, so you can release whatever bike you want from that station and start rolling.
So cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Love it. All right. What do you have next for us, Sharon?
So the next one, I think most people don't know, and that's exactly why I'm sharing it. It's a skyscraper. It's called Nebotichnik. A skyscraper named Nebotichnik. It's on a very main street, very close to the city center itself. And what is so special about it? So first of all, Nebotichnik actually translates to a sky toucher. But the funny thing about it, that it's actually only 70 meters tall. Which today would be kind of funny to say this is a skyscraper because it has cute dimensions to it. It's not very high or very tall. But actually, when it was first made in 1933, it was the ninth tallest building in Europe. And at the time, it was Yugoslavia. So it was the tallest building in Yugoslavia. So it was very impressive.
Yeah, right.
But the thing about it to know, what's the good thing about it? That if you'll go for a visit in the Nebotichnik, it will take you by an elevator, as we said, about 70 meters tall, which is about 11 or 12 floors. And upstairs, there is a nice terrace with the most amazing, stunning views of the city of Ljubljana.
Yeah.
On a clear day, you can see all the way, and Ljubljana is really surrounded by mountains. It's absolutely stunning to look at it. And of course, you can do that with a nice drink in your hand because they have a nice bar and a nice cafe. And you can just grab whatever makes you happy and sit around and enjoy the beauty of the city.
Nice. Love that. I mean, that's a great way too when you're, it's a fun first day thing too. You can kind of get the lay of the land a bit. You get an overall view of the city. That's great.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. What's next?
So the next one is a specific spot that is found on something I think most travelers actually know. It's called the Central Market. But that specific spot, I think most people miss, and that's too bad. So first of all, for the listeners who don't know, the Central Market is the main market in Ljubljana. It's an open air market, and they sell different vegetables and fruits and herbs, everything from the local farms in Slovenia. And this is a great way to explore, of course, the culinary side of the city and to get to know the flavors. But as I said, I want to talk about a very specific spot on the southern part of that market, and it's a very small market found on Vodnikov Square. You will see a bunch of vending machines. The vending machines are special vending machines. So you will find there eggs vending machine. You will find, yes, I know it's, I'll explain in just a bit. So eggs vending machine is one, cheeses and yogurts vending machine. You will also find a basic health machine that you can access non-prescription medications and first aid medications when needed. Now, this is all great to know because, first of all, you don't have to stand in line, but it also supports the local producers. So you can access this 24/7. So pretty much all the time, which is great because, for example, on Sundays, everything is closed. And sometimes after 7, things are closed and so on. So that can really be great. Of course, it's a local production. It's absolutely great. But I want to focus on one machine that everybody loves this. And actually, on my tour, I also take you there. But I think today you can actually look at this interesting machine on YouTube. If you look up for that, it's a milk vending machine for raw unpasteurized milk.
Okay.
So, very different.
I love milk. I love drinking milk.
So you have to visit because this is a special milk. And why do I like to tell about this? Because a lot of the people who actually try this milk say it's the tastiest milk they've ever tasted. And
really?
I would agree. Yes.
Wow. Okay. Is there a chocolate chip cookie machine next to it?
Yeah, you might be able to find it.
If not, I'm putting one there. That could be a gold mine.
Actually, joke aside, we took care of you because really just next to it, and that's what I want to say, this is another bonus hidden gem just beside it, because if you're going to stand in front of the vending machines, on your right side in the corner, there is a sign that says pokrita, and pokrita in Slovenian means covered. This is the covered market, and it's very different from the central market, and most tourists miss this market, and that's too bad, because inside you'll find different homemade cookies, as you asked for it, amazing ones. Yes. And cakes and different yogurts and cheeses and hams and honey and pastries and so on. I can go on and on because I love food. So I mean, this is great. So try it once you're there. And it's also very affordable. Half a liter of a milk will cost you around 70 cents. and you get a bottle from there and everything. That there's a milk tap with a little door. It opens up for you. It's really cute, and it's a nice experience. Also,
you are officially the first guest that came on and recommended a vending machine as a hidden gem.
It's a hidden gem.
I love it. I absolutely love it. No, I remember being on my first backpacking trip in Europe and was in Spain and stumbled across a beer vending machine, and for me it was like, this is crazy. What do you mean? They have like a vending machine where you can get beer? And it was a very funny moment. So these vending machines, I saw a vending machine recently in Poland when I was traveling there. They had a CBD vending machine. I'm like, that's odd.
You saw a few of these actually in Ljubljana. So I mean, this is really the city of the vending machines. But I think it shows something much deeper. It goes into the sustainability of the city, and it really shows you how much they care for it. Of course, and it's also very affordable, as you said, because you don't have the middleman in between. You buy it directly, so it's affordable, it's quick, it's easy, it has a very good quality. I've tasted all of the products, and they are very good. So I really recommend this as something that you would explore on your own as well.
Nice. Yeah. Okay, love it. All right, what's next? We're at number 4 from my count. And we have some bonus ones in here, of course.
Oh, yes. Of course. I always have a bonus point.
Sneak those bonus ones in. We don't mind some bonus recommendations, Sharon.
Always. Okay, so the next one is a street. This street is very special. I think it's one of the most unique and mysterious streets we have in the city. It's called Klučani Chaska. It's a bit hard to say, but it translates to the Locksmith Street. Okay. Why Locksmith? First of all, this alley is very hidden in the town square of the city, meaning the old part of town, and you can easily miss it, and that's too bad. That's why I like to talk about it. So what's special about it? First of all, it's called the Locksmith Street because it has a history behind it. In medieval times, there were a lot of goldsmiths and locksmiths and blacksmiths living there because back in the days, metal work was very important for people to keep their own assets and homes and everything. So this was a very important thing to have. And so that street, as we said, was very important. But when industrialization came in, it was pushed aside. And the purpose of that really faded into history. But the government decided not to let it fade away completely and actually make this specific alley turn into a public art place. Meaning that if you'll go there today, first of all, what you notice in the beginning, there is a sign with a symbol of a key. And that's actually the original sign from the medieval times it was made for the people who couldn't read. So they needed to go there and actually look at the symbol and say, this is the right place, which is great. Now, the first thing you would notice on the ground, on the cobbled floor of this alley, is there are a lot of bronze faces installed there, about 700 bronze faces. It's a beautiful art piece to look at. And each bronze face has a different expression, a distinct one. It could be, some of them are very joyful, some are more angry, and some are laughing. And each one has a very distinct one, a theatrical one, and it's a beautiful thing to look at. Now, these go all over the ground, and it ends up in a hand that is also like a hand statue, that it's actually a water tap as well. So it opens up, unless it's a winter. In winter, it doesn't open up because they close down the water. But once you open it up, if you're there in the summer, it will open up for you. And there is, of course, a meaning behind the faces. I mean, there are many stories to these faces, but what it was, the guy who made it, a Slovenian sculptor, of course, Jakub Brtar, actually wanted to show he was inspired by this poem, that the idea behind this poem that was to show that there are many people in the world, but there are more faces than people because each person has a lot of faces. And then, so you get different faces. But once the water opens up from the hand that I just mentioned, it actually the water flows over the faces to show that with time, human stories fade away as well. Or something like that. But I mean, it's really beautiful. Yeah. Yes, and you can, Actually, there are many hidden stuff. If the ones who will go there will see that if they look closer inside, really close to the actual faces, they will find different clues, different numbers, different letters. And these also represent some of the tools, the location and the names of the tools that the workers used to have there. So each time you go there, you'll find another hint. It's really cool, and it's a very photogenic place. You'll have beautiful photos for those of you who love Instagram to post it and everything, or just photographs. They love this place. And this is a great place to visit. And as a bonus, you will find, and it's a very, very small alley, so you will find it, there is a hidden pub. It's called Captain's Cabin. This is like a pirate themed pub, and I love it a lot. They have great cocktails. Yeah.
They got music there?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, wow. I'm sold. Sounds like a great place to go. All right. That sounds awesome. Yeah, I want to go. I'm sold. I'm going
to. You have to.
Just add it to the list of all the places. I mean, my list is so long, it's ridiculous. Can't do it all in one lifetime. All right. Go ahead with, we're coming down the home stretch here. We got the last 3, I believe.
Okay. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
So my next one is called, it's a district. And most people don't know district, and that's a bit too bad. It's called Metelkova. Metelkova is an art district, meaning that it's like an alternative cultural center of the city. So if we have the classical Ljubljana buildings from Baroque kind of style, this one just 10 minutes away from the center will take you to the more rebellious side of the city, because it has a lot of street art and many hippie buildings and graffiti and a lot of super cool, interesting stuff to explore on that district. But it's also important to say it has a very interesting historic side to it, because it used to be a part of a military camp in the 19th century of Austro-Hungary, because Austro-Hungary was there for 600 years. And so they used the buildings on that district as a part of their military camp. And also then later on Yugoslav army as well. And then in 1991, Slovenia actually became independent. So they actually wanted to demolish the buildings, the government. But there were there was a group of artists and activists that squatted the place and didn't want to leave. And because of them, decided not to demolish it. And it has become one of the most favorable places, I would say, in the city. This is also, it becomes at night a club scene and a lot of bars with different kind of themes to them, different music in each bar. You have many festivals going on there, a lot of free concerts as well, museums, galleries. So there is a lot to see.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So very just kind of art focused, grassrootsy art type place, sort of. Yeah, that sounds like a great place to go visit and just see what you come across.
Absolutely. And I of course I made another bonus for you inside. So of course you can explore a lot, but if you decide to stay overnight in the district, there is a nice place. It's called Hostel Celica. A celica actually translates to a cell, as a prison cell in Slovenian, because this is one of the buildings that used to be in what I just told you about the military camp. They used that as a prison. So this is an ex-prison, and they transformed it into a hostel, but they kept some of the, the bars on the windows, and so you can get the feeling of how it feels like to stay overnight in a prison. It's not really a prison. It's very nice. I've seen it. But if you are not brave enough to stay, which is okay, you are more than welcome to visit the place, because the staff is super friendly and they will happily give you a guided tour inside the rooms. Each one is very different. There's not one that is the same. So each one has a nice story to it. So it's a great place. Also for free concerts as well. They have a nice place there as well. So you're going to meet many locals and travelers doing the same thing as you. So
that sounds cool. Yeah, I'll check that out. Yeah, it's good that they didn't go all the way with the prison experience, that it's just nice. You get to sleep in the cells, but they're not, they're not going all the way with it. Yeah.
It has a very good atmosphere. Not to worry.
Come on, for the prison experience.
Yes. Unique
awesome
stuff. I liked it. Really.
Yes. Okay. And just a reminder, Sharon will be sending this list. So we'll make sure we gather all these things for you because I know the spellings and things like that with the audio
it's
can be
hard in
tricky.
Slovenian. Don't even try. It's really
Yes.
hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Give us your last two.
Okay. So my next one, as we said, I also like food a lot. So I wanted to bring up a very special place I found out just recently, actually, and since then I've been going there on a weekly basis. So this is called R&B Cafe. R&B Cafe is located on the main street, just inside the city center, just beside it, actually. It's, as we said, it's called R&B Cafe. And what would you find there? So a few things that I really like about this place. First of all, they serve the most delicious homemade food, so very healthy. And they have a lot of vegan options, a lot of gluten-free options, which is appreciated always, I think. So smoothies and fruit bowls and different kind of pastries that they bake on the spot. But also, as we said, this is a cafe. They actually roast their own beans, coffee beans, and they bring it from all around the world, from different farms around the world. So you'll find different types of coffees. If you are a coffee lover or just a foodie, major foodie, this is also a good place for you. It's really a nice place and it's a really good atmosphere. As a bonus, as we said, I always like bonuses. They also would happily, if you need to store your luggage, you can do that there. The staff would be very happy to have your luggage there if you need to. You know, you have a later check-in or whatever is needed for just €5 a day, which is nothing.
Okay,
so you
that's
get
nice.
It all. Yeah, one-stop shop. Really
okay, wow,
amazing.
that sounds like a great. Yeah, I mean, yeah, because you said cafe. Thought, okay, yeah, we're gonna get some good coffee recommendation here, but then you have the homemade food, the place to store your luggage. I mean, this place is doing it all. That's
yes.
awesome.
And by the way, I forgot to say, you also, if you like coffees, they on a weekly basis they also run sessions for roasting and for roasting coffees and also tastings of different coffees. So you can participate in that as well in affordable prices, by the way. So
yeah,
super cool.
amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for that. One more. Sure. I know you got tons here, but we got to respect your time. So
of course, not to worry. I can talk for hours. This is too short, but this is okay. Come to my tour, and then you discover more, of course. So the next one has to be a bit different because, as I mentioned before, Slovenians absolutely love nature, and I would tell you that each Slovenian you would ask would tell you that they have a favorite hill or a favorite mountain, because as I call it, Slovenians like to bike and hike. This is very important. So our next stop is nature. So just about, I would probably say 15 minutes walk from the city center or so, you're going to get into a very nice, to the starting point of climbing to a hill. The hill is called Rožnik. Rožnik is located very near Tivoli Park, which is the largest park we have in Ljubljana. Now, this is a very easy hiking, so you don't have to have special shoes, just bring comfortable ones, obviously. And there are a lot of trails to go up, so you can either decide to go for half an hour trail or an hour and a half. It depends which one you pick, and there are many to pick from. I usually like the one because I'm doing it with my girls, as I said, they're still young, so we go for the half an hour or so hike. It's about, I think, 1.5 kilometers or so, about 400 meters up. This is the end of the hill, and it will take you, as I said, around 30 or 40 minutes, depends on the pace. But the good thing about it, you can pretty much do it in every season. If you go in the winter, it's beautiful with the snow. If you go later on, it's very shaded because it's inside a forest. So it's not hot. It has a lot of shade, and it's a really cool spot. Now, as you keep going up, at the top, you will have to be rewarded for all your, walking and climbing. So at the top, there is a really nice restaurant. So right there, you can find the most authentic foods. I can of course recommend a few, but there's also a church that's sometimes open that you can actually go inside if you're interested, of course. But I really recommend to try as a dessert the flancat. Flancat are like donuts, but they're of course Slovenian style, so you have to try them to understand. But also, if you're into winter especially, you can enjoy a very nice stew. Two that are very good. One is called jota. This is a sauerkraut soup, and the other one is called the ricet. This is a barley soup. and they're both fantastic. Even in the summer, Slovenians eat them all year long, and they're fantastic. There's also the carniolan sausage for those of who you like meat would enjoy this kind of thing to try. There are many options. All of them are very good. I've tried a few dishes, but the most beautiful thing to know that you eat it or you drink just the beer or whatever makes you happy, and you see all of the views around you from the top of the hill, and it's amazing. And you also have a playground if you're coming with kids. I don't know who
Nice.
there is listening with kids, but this is something to also mention maybe.
That's great. Yeah, it's nice to be able to take a walk like that and then be able to vary the distances depending on your, fitness level, situation, whatever, and then also have the option to, playgrounds, restaurant on top, all that sort of thing. That's great. And those dishes you recommended, are they, because I was going to ask you about like what are the 1 or 2 or 3 things like you have to try if you're there?
Yeah.
Were those the ones? Not necessarily at that restaurant, but just anywhere in the city, those dishes you highlighted, are they, because you do food tours as well. I mean, yeah. Were there any other food-related things you want to add that people should?
I have too many. I mean,
Okay.
of course, of course, yes. To your question, I would really recommend those dishes. There are many, many more, and it depends on the preference. And of course, on the food tour, we usually ask for a preference, and then I tailor, especially to what people like. But the stews are very delicious. Either at that spot, there are some other ones there's another one called klobasanna. It would be also on the list, not to worry. It's inside the center. But this is also a very good place for all of those dishes that I just said. Jota, ricet, and that sausage that we were talking about. This is a fantastic place. This is also a hidden gem, but I didn't have enough, hidden gems to talk about. So there is another one for you guys. This is a very good thing to try. But just to mention, on the tour, I do food tours. I also do street food tours because I really like to try as many flavors, and that's exactly what we do on the tour. Just to also mention, that's quite important. Also on the free tours, one of the things that I combined into is some of the flavors of the city. So we're just going to try a few samples, but that's also included in the free tour. So I can't ignore it. As I said, I'm a major foodie. I really think this is a part of the experience, and people, as I said, like to feel the city, and this gives them the feel of the city. Exactly that.
Love
That's
it.
What they get.
Love your passion, Sharon. Last question, the seasons. You mentioned the seasons. Oh, this is a nice hike in all seasons, which made me kind of think, well, what are some of the best times of year to visit?
Okay, so it depends what you like. I'll probably say, when people come here for ski, that also happens, then of course winter would be a good time for you. But unless you don't want to come in Christmas time, which is, by the way, now you're going to see, especially in Ljubljana, so many of the markets. There is a nice market in the city center going on from the end of November until the beginning of January. We are now setting up for that. I'm also going to start doing the markets as well as a tour because people ask for it. But after January, usually February is a bit cold, and I would probably say if you want to come for the hotter days, I would go somewhere between April or so, May. June would be great. July and August are also great, but there are a lot of tourists here, so you should keep that in mind. These are the really, really high season. And then again, September is absolutely fantastic to come. September, even October is not too cold yet. November is getting cold.
Okay. Last question. Your favorite day trip if we're going to get out of the city and go somewhere?
Oh, I have so many. Okay. So Slovenia is mostly about nature and is one of the most diverse terrain countries in the world. So pretty much you're going to see so much, and it depends on your preferences. A lot of people they visit a place called Bled. Bled Lake is something that most likely everybody knows. But I would also recommend not to pass another point that is just 20 minutes drive from Bled. This is called Bohin. A lot of people don't know it. So this is another lake. It's very different than the Bled Lake. Not, of course, they're both beautiful. But I think this one, Bohin, most people don't know, and that's too bad. It's absolutely stunning. So don't pass on that. Of course, I also would recommend, if you're coming in the warmer months, go visit the coast. The coast, meaning Piran, is a city on the coast. It's very beautiful. Next to it, there is Portroj as well, which is also a nice place to visit. These are on the coast, so you have the nice beaches there. We don't have many. The coast is just 47 kilometers, but the ones we have is absolutely beautiful. And this is also a big wine place, so you can have a glass of wine with that and enjoy the sunset or swim and everything. So this is really nice.
Amazing. All right. Well, Sharon, thank you congratulations, by the way, on the move and everything. Hope things are going well. Sounds like they are. Congratulations on the business that you've started, and of course the free walking tours. My LjubljanaTour.com will link up to. Do you want to add any other socials or anything? I mean, where's the best way for people to connect? Is that just through the website here?
Okay, so great question, and thank you for asking. So if we're talking about the free tour, the tip-based tour that you're interested in, you can find it, of course, on my website. But also, I participate in the other international platforms for free tours, meaning freetour.com and GurWalk. You can find me there for the free tours. But I think it's also worth visiting my website because I worked really hard on a blog that will share lots of good information with you guys, a lot of more good information. And it's also important to say on that note, of course, I have listed there all the special tours I do. I have many, and I don't want to take up more of your time, but really go there and see. I have really cool things coming up, family tours and some other ones as well that I'm keeping a secret, but it's going to go there as well. But also important to note that I'm now expanding because there are a lot of requests coming up, which is fantastic. And I'm going to start doing a lot of, already actually started doing some tours all around Slovenia, not just Ljubljana. So this would be tailored to your needs, and I will be happy to meet you.
Awesome. Thank you so very much. It was great chatting, and I'll see you when I come.
Thank you, Jason. I'm waiting for you. And thank you for having me today. I really appreciate it, and this is a great opportunity. And thank you so much.
Thanks for the great recommendations and everything else, and take care.
Thank you. You too, Jason. Thank you.